Hello, ladies and gents, and welcome to War Thunder. And surprisingly enough, welcome back on board the F-100D Super Sabre. Now, you may be thinking, yes, I have made a video on this aircraft before. Why am I doing it again? Well, I am actually playing this aircraft a bit differently today. Because I have learned how to use this aircraft a bit more effectively. For example, in my last video I tended to do quite a bit of BFM, quite a bit of dogfighting with this aircraft, which, didn't go too badly. Apparently some of you guys thought I did quite well, thank you for that by the way, but in today's video I have actually learned that the best way to play this aircraft is actually somewhat irrelevant to the aircraft's performance. If anything, it more comes down to positioning. When you think about it, the F-100 is an amazing weapons platform. It can carry 4 AIM-9Es, it has some fantastic guns, and it's, well, supersonic at altitude in a dive, not so much on the deck, but yeah, it's a brilliant weapons platform, and it just comes down to how you use it. Like, for instance here, this Harrier didn't even see me. I managed to kill him before he had a chance to go evasive. That unfortunately did not save the Eton darts, but look at this. There's this MiG-19 who's diving towards me, and I'm not even bothered. I just pull a few shapes going up and down, because I know the MiG-19 likes to compress. Now I think he's too focused on the teammates over in the distance, so I warm up a missile. Fox 2, missile's tracking, he's not evasive, and inevitably Splash 1. I see this Sea Vixen right in front of me. Fox 2, that missile looks like it's going to hit. That's another one down. MiG-21 on the deck. He doesn't even know I'm here. As such, Fox 2. Now I see this MiG-15. He's going left to right at a pretty rapid pace. He's on the back of a teammate, but he sees me. I fire a missile, but he gets out of the way just in time. So, at this point, I was considering going for a dogfight. I tried to get some guns on, go for a little bit of spray. This is where I made a pretty vital mistake. I get a cheeky hit on him in a vertical, which you should never go with in, well, fighting against the MiG rather. The MiG will always beat you in a vertical, unless you're in like a Sabre or something, then you might stand a chance. But in any case, I'm an F-100 dogfighting a MiG-15. Of course it's not going to go well. Anyway, MiG-15 is down. See this MiG-21 in the distance. Think I'll go for him, and then he gets shot down. Fair enough. Like I say, positioning is very important. Being in the right position at the right time has just netted us 4 kills, which, to be honest, is more or less what I got in the last video of this thing. And I have ammunition to spare. And, don't get me wrong, we are going to use that. But I just don't know where anyone is. So, I decide to fly to the enemy airfield of all places, because I know there's 2 people left, but I'm not quite sure what they're actually using. Now, I see one of those aircraft has actually got some bombs off on a base. So, the first thing that goes through my mind is, maybe it will be worth checking their airfield, seeing if he's gone back to rearm. So, here I am, on the way back, and it's only about now that I remember that the airfields actually have surface-to-air missiles. Because of this, I just start climbing a bit, trying to get some altitude in case they do manage to get a launch on me. Climbing through the cloud layer, and here we are. So, this is where I start looking at their runway, wondering if I can spot anyone. And I do actually spot somebody. Now, it's at this point where I'm not too sure if he's actually landing or taking off. So I turn around, and eventually I do actually realise that this guy is taking off. Reason being is because there was a massive bright orange afterburner going like Mach 2 down the runway. But yeah, so I spot this guy, start diving, seeing if I can actually catch him. Because he has an afterburner, I realise he's a bit of a fast mover, and I do not want to miss this opportunity. So as such, I start diving towards the deck, and they do get a missile launch on me, which I was a little bit concerned about, so I had to break away from this guy just to mask behind the mountains, trying to hide my afterburner signature. But it doesn't look like that missile's going to catch up to me anytime soon, which, to be honest, is completely fine. So, I tried to get a bit of a lead pursuit on this SU-7 here. Only thing is, the SU-7 accelerates brilliantly compared to this thing. Now, it's in situations like these where performance is relevant. Get a bit of a spray off, trying to slow this guy down. I hit something off, and I think I scared him a bit, because now he enters a slight climb, or rather he does after this little ballsy manoeuvre, when I actually thought he was going to crash. But in any case, he starts climbing now, and he does actually start gaining a bit of distance on me. Now, notice how I have basically no ammo. I get another hit on him, and realise, wow, I have no ammo. How am I going to deal with this guy? So I go for one last burst, land a hit, and think, right, I failed to kill him. When all of a sudden, I see him very rapidly slowing down. Goes into a flat spin, J's out, and I land myself a very tasty 5th kill. Awesome. So, here comes a G91. I wouldn't have spotted that guy if it wasn't for the SU-7, thank goodness. He has missiles, and I do not like that. Therefore, I'm going to dive and use the F-100 speed on the deck compared to a G91 to try and pull away. I'm not too sure if he has any more missiles at this point, and as far as I know, he doesn't actually fire anymore either. Now, I'm trying to pull him towards my teammates here, because at this point in time, there's really nothing I can do against G91. I'm somewhat low fuel, I have no weapons, and well, my teammates are all back at the airfield rearming. So, as selfish as it may seem, the best thing I can do at this point is pull them back to base and hope that the team will be able to help out. Now, I have got a bit of distance on him at this point in time, and I'm thinking, well, maybe if I start to bait him, maybe my teammates will actually come in and help me. I mean, I'm low fuel, so I should be able to maneuver somewhat okay. So, around here, I'm saying in chat that I'm going to try and bait this guy for the team. That never really happens. All I actually end up doing is pulling onto a 6, fading a few shots, as in trying to, I don't know, get some shots on, scare him away, scare him into, I don't know, making a mistake. I was convinced that guy's missile was going to hit him as well, but he pulled away just in time. So, some teammates are in the mix now, so I'm going to turn into this guy as he's pulling away from me. See if I can get on his 6. So here I am. I'm on his 6. I'm hoping he knows I'm here, because that way he'll disengage. If I had any ammo there, I would have fired, but needless to say, I didn't. Now, one teammate has just crashed. That is unfortunate. I was fairly certain this other teammate was going to as well. But luckily for him, he did not. Now, with G91, it's pulling back into me, so I'm going to pull it into the vertical, trying to slow down my relative speed compared to him. Going to take it into a dive, stay above him, when all of a sudden, a stray missile hits him right up the tailpipe. Now he goes evasive, loses control, and bins the plane. That's the last guy dead. GG. Let's move on to another match. Hello again. Welcome to City. We are in a bit of a predicament right now. I've headed to my bases thinking that, oh, that's close. I've headed to my bases thinking that some guys are going to be here. I thought they would be attackers, not stuff like Harriers and A5s like this guy down here. I'm going to pull down into him, thinking we can get a shot on, but he gets a bit ambitious and eats some dirt. Lovely. This guy dives on me. Doesn't get a shot on me, fires a missile, completely misses, not quite sure what he was thinking there, but you know, At least he tried. Right, so this Harrier could very much get an SRAM off. For some reason, decides not to. Completely fine with that, because I am still alive. Awesome. So, there are these guys here. And as mentioned in the previous game, the F-100 is an amazing weapons platform. See if I can just get a head on with this yak. No joy. But yeah, F-100, amazing weapons platform. Positioning is very important. So if you can position said weapons platform, ideally somewhere like behind the enemy, obviously that's the point of air-to-air combat, but more in the sense of without them really knowing. Less like dogfighting, more just kind of surprise attacks. Like that, for instance. I don't think that yak really expected me to turn around and get a missile on him. Almost hit this guy here. Going to break left into this T2. I think he thinks he can get away from me. But again, he doesn't expect me to turn. This A5 doesn't know I'm here, so we're going to get a missile off at him. Fox 2. He sees it coming last second, breaks away. You know, good job for dodging that missile. T2, Fox 2. He's turning, but I think he blacks out because he stops going evasive and the missile catches him. Awesome. Right, this A5 here, he doesn't think I can get a missile launch. So I'm going to get a lead pursuit because obviously the missile's not going to turn that hard. Fox 2. Seeker still got him, and splash. Lovely jubbly. Right, so now I see this A5. He's going home. Most of the team is dead. I think it's just me and like 2 other fighters. I might be wrong, but still. Here comes a Harrier. He's going to try and take me a head on, get a burst, kill him. Lovely. Right, so this A5, he's still trying to get away. I'm going to try and stalk him back to base because I do want to keep an eye on him. Potentially go for the kill if I am presented with an opportunity. But like I mentioned, considering SAMs are at the bases, I don't think I am going to. But in any case, it's worth a try, and it's definitely a good idea to keep tabs on him because the A5 is pretty good in a dogfight against an F-100. Ideally, it's not going to get to that point, but you can never be too sure, especially if you lose eyes. So I'm just saying to the team that this guy's on the airfield. I saw like a little dot. Then I see this SU-7. I think he was hanging about above the city somewhere, and I didn't see him. So in any case, we're going to come towards this guy. I always have great dogfights with this guy. I did get a little bit tempted for a dogfight, but, you know, I always have great dogfights against SU-7. So he does get a hit on me, but it's sparked. So I'm not quite sure what happened there. But in any case, we are starting a dogfight with this guy. We're breaking into each other here in a circle turn. I realise he's probably going to beat me considering he's got less energy, so I'm going to pull up into the vertical and use that energy, convert it into altitude, and hopefully get a solution. Which I do here, though I do miss. But now, considering he's just gone vertical with me, he's bled all his speed, which means I should have an opportunity to turn into him again, which I do. Get guns on, and catch him on fire. Fantastic. So, at this point, I'm just going to stick with him. I want to make sure that he is actually going down and I haven't just set his fuel tank on fire, which is eventually going to seal. I'm not too sure if the Russian jets have self-sealing fuel tanks, but in any case, it's worth me keeping tabs on this guy. Speaking of keeping tabs, this A5 is back. It looks like he's re-armed and refueled, and I wasn't actually looking at him. So I'm going to finish off this SU-7 here. On fire once again, I'm sorry. But yes, I am very concerned about this A5. He's caught me low fuel, I have no missiles left, and all I'm really going to try and do is, like I did with the G91, get away. Although the problem is, the A5 is slightly faster than the G91. He gets a missile off at me here, so I pull vertical, just about dodge it. I was actually quite scared I was going to break my wings off there, but I was actually okay at the end of the day. So he turns back into me above me, and all of a sudden I see him going defensive. He's popping flares, and a missile just about misses him. A friendly AV-8 has showed up, thank goodness. So I'm going to take this guy by surprise, get some guns on him, in the head-on, land a critical hit of his right wing. This Harrier gets another missile off, and kills him. I'd like to think I helped by damaging his right wing there, so he couldn't really go evasive. But in any case, that is a lovely 5-kill game. Well, thank you guys ever so much for watching. I do hope you enjoyed today's video. Do hit that like and subscribe button if you do, for more content like this. And I will catch you guys on the next one. Again, thank you so much, fly safe, and see you soon.